Driving down Manchester Road, just east of Big Bend, you will find yourself in the middle of Maplewood's renaissance. New restaurants, designer shops, and trendy cafes are popping up in a once decaying landscape. Developers and businesses have been attracted here by the central location and the affordability of property in this town of just over 9,000. At the corner of Manchester and Sutton is the upscale Monarch restaurant, standing very close to the place where founding father and blacksmith James Sutton built his home over 150 years ago. Traveling south on Sutton, you would find the city's fire department and City Hall. In later years, streetcars would wind their way to the Sutton Loop, across from Harper's Pharmacy. It was a busy place for neighborhood folks. Today, the Sutton Loop has buses rolling through. Harper's Pharmacy is gone, but the building is still there, and the old City Hall and Fire Department building belongs to a 40-year-old long-haired developer named Marty Simpson.
There's another one over here somewhere. I think it burned and then they tore it down. Maybe it was on the other side.
Simpson collects buildings like some of us would collect rare coins. He likes buildings with a story, buildings that need attention and a new vision. He enjoys learning about the history of the century-old buildings from local residents and businessmen he now calls his friends.
I've spent a lot of my money in Maplewood because I believe in it. But I can't do any of this without a lending institution. I try to be very inclusive, very holistic of the entire project, of everything that I'm doing, and work with people.
Simpson loves his work, but now everything takes a backseat to spending time with his daughter. A year ago, 3-year-old Mia was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor.
And we took her in Monday, think she had the flu. 8 hours later, we're telling she has a brain tumor. Life pretty much was over and began again. You know, it changes you up there. You hug and you hold the hands of people you barely know when their child's dying. How can that not affect you?
After surgery, chemotherapy, and radiation, a recent MRI shows Mia is cancer-free.
All these doctors are just working so hard, they're giving so much. Well, then maybe I can give back.
And so began a new direction for Marty Simpson. He is in the process of creating a family entertainment district inside the building across from the old Sutton Loop. On a recent morning, Simpson was showing the space to the Pyewacket Children's Theater Group. He is offering them a permanent home for their theater and a 20-year lease for $1 a year.
Oh, we do. So you got backstage right here. The stage will kind of be like right here.
It's just, you know, it's like a dream come true. We've just met him and had wonderful talks, and we share a very similar vision, which is promoting families and working with children and trying to bring creative energy and let children explore and create themselves and use their imagination.
Well, we also have a job to do, and that's the job is to anchor the block and bring people into that Maplewood district, and of course with the bent on children. Marty, as you know, has a huge thing for kids, and we're all about kids. We have 4 kids. We perform for kids. That's why he came to us.
Also included in the proposed family center is a new home for Simpson's favorite charity, Friends of Kids with Cancer.
Friends of Kids with Cancer is going smack dab in the best spot I have.
Their lease will be $0.01 a month.
He does seem too good to be true, and we are so glad we found him and he found us. We enrich the daily lives of children and their families while they're going through treatment for cancer, but we really focus on the whole family. So this is so good because instead of just, you know, serving the child itself for cancer, this is going to be so family-oriented. So we are very excited. It's just perfect for our mission.
He wants them to have a high-visibility location, not just for fundraising purposes, but because he wants people to remember the kids who have life-threatening diseases.
Seeing people at restaurants, you know, having a great time, that's good. But you can't forget that every time someone is you know, meeting a new friend in a restaurant or whatever, there's a child fighting for their life up at some children's hospital. And it's not a downer, it's not anything, it's called life. You know, that it happens. And I think when we get out of sight, out of mind sometimes, people forget that. Okay. I often say sometimes my daughter saved my life. See, right here, this is where I can work, so I can play with you. It has all the original walnut wood, everything.
Marty Simpson has had his own personal rebirth, and as long as he loves bringing new life to these old buildings, he will be a part of Maplewood's renaissance. He would like to do for the Sutton Loop what Joe Edwards has done for the U-City Loop. Simpson even admits to stealing one of Edwards' ideas, bringing back a streetcar.